Good afternoon, guys. I told y'all I was coming in at 12 o'clock, and here I am. I am here. Welcome to my noonday podcast. And today I actually got a topic for y'all. Today I got a topic. Some people you got to let go. hmm I woke up with that on my spirit today. I was going through some things, not really some things like no bad things, but I was going through some things. And I said, you know what? Since I let some stuff go, it happened to work out in my favor. You know what I mean? Since I let some people go, some situations go, everything go, it worked out in my favor. Sometimes you got to let people go and let them go be with their type. Everybody ain't your type. I just rushed on into that just to let y'all know what our conversation piece is going to be today because I've been going through some losses, people, places, things that I have noticed that was better for me. I am in Influential Studio, a studio that was born a couple weeks ago for myself and for others to come in and, let your voice be heard. Influential Studio is a podcast studio. And I think I'll just start it on my own until my business beefs up. So I do have a couple people coming in to start their podcast and I'm going to help them with it. We do engineering here. We do the whole 9 yards. But back to what we talking about. Sometimes you got to let people go. So I just recently lost a good friend, and w- I noticed that I am more of a cheerleader for people than people are for me, which is fine because I'm a firm believer of God gives us all different gifts. So my gift may be the gift of cheerleading, the gift of inspiring, influencing, and helping others reach their goal. But I notice in that sometimes it stops me from reaching my goals because I'm too busy helping others. So when I was looking back at it, I'm like, okay, I I'm sorry, I'm listening for the front door as well. But when I'm looking back at it, I was in a place of wilderness, a place of being by myself and isolated. And that's when I came up with a desire of my own, a dream of my own. I was not distracted by me helping others. So what I thought was a bad thing, what I thought was uh, people leaving me, it was a place of where God put me in a wilderness period to grow myself, to look into myself and what can I do for Nora to help Nora. So I'm here today to tell you that sometimes you got to let people go. Sometimes you got to let people go and be with people like them because us motivators, helpers, servers, we don't always get the good end of the stick. And some people don't want to help you, they want to hinder you. And they clap for you when you down, but they don't clap for you when you up. I noticed the other day I had a grand opening, and with my grand opening, none of the people who I expected, who others expected to be there, was there for me. Yeah, I was there all by myself. And not by myself because I had people there that I love, people there that love me, but the people who I expected to be in my corner, they were not there. Hey John, hey Taylor, you retracted your message. What was it, girl? Um, hey Bridget, yeah. So some of the people who I expected to be there weren't there for me, and I'm thankful that the grand opening was so energetic that I had no time to miss who wasn't here. But when you sit back and you look at all the pictures and you know your team that you're usually there for, not one of them was in my presence. I mean, my son was here, my brother was here, none of my sisters were here, none of my friends were here. Well, one of them, I don't want to say that because it'd be like a slap in the face. My friend girl Hawanya, she was here. But like my group chat people, no, they weren't here. And that kind of bothered me a bit. But then when I thought about it, when I was going through this journey and doing things to better myself, they weren't there then. So what makes you think they're going to be there now? So sometimes we have to learn to work through our wilderness period and not look at it like it's a bad time or like it's a time where people have left you. It's a time to me where God has pulled back people that can actually hinder you, pulled back people that can actually distract you from the goal that God has, you on. So yeah, so sometimes you just got to let people go and do their thing. I'm grateful for this journey that I'm on, and God has actually um allowed people back in my life that can actually pour into me. So I had to let go and be with people like me. People who want to see you grow. Everybody say, "Oh, sisterhood this and sisterhood that," but they really don't know the meaning of sisterhood. They really don't. And just because people are your blood does not make them sisters. You can meet somebody tomorrow that's really in this for you and want to see you do your best, and we so busy not liking new friends and not wanting to try new stuff that we actually dismiss the people that God has sent here to be in our corner. So yeah, sometimes, you got to let go and be with people like you, and you got to let them people go to be with people like them. Yeah. Um, yeah. There's some people that would rather lose you than be honest about what they did to you. It's some people that back up from you. I had a friend just recently, and when I keep saying this friend is all the same person, so don't think I have a million friends. But I had a friend just recently. I actually held her accountable, and people don't like when you hold them accountable. So I held her accountable for some of her ways, and I like addressed them. I'm like, "Hey, you moving funny. Like me and you been cool too long for you to move funny." And when I said that, um, I thought it could be a healthy conversation that we were having, just allowing her to know that I'm noticing her, the difference in her walk, her talk when it comes down to me. And maybe we can regroup, realign, and get this thing back on the right track. But that didn't work like that. So when I told her she moved funny, I'm thinking, okay, we about to talk about this. And later on, I found out that didn't happen. The conversation got less. She didn't want to talk to me no more. Then one day I wake up and it's a long text message where she just group chat text message. Not just to me, but when I came to her, it was just to her. But it was a group chat text message that said, "Hey," I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what it said because I thought it was kind of foul. But the group message was just like, she told me that I was casting my insecurities off on her. That's what she said. And she said, "You're casting your insecurities on me. I know you're jealous of me." I'm like, "What?" She said, "I know you're jealous of me. You're casting your insecurities off on me. And I'm sorry, but I can't help it if people like you because you're pretty and sexually active." I'm like, "You mother." That's what she said to me. And I'm like, wow. I said, "So you think people only like me because I'm pretty?" She said, "Yeah." So it was like she has um a brain. She has a mind. She has I said, "Well, I thought people liked me for my mind, but I guess, if that's what you say." And she put that in the group chat, which I thought was kind of weird because me and you were having private conversation. All of a sudden, you want to go in a group chat and you want to try to put me on blast. John, I really didn't pay it no attention. I seen it, I seen it, but I didn't pay it attention. Um, Thank you, Bobby. I seen it, but I didn't pay it attention because I'm one of those kind of people that I wanna say I'm kinda naive, you know? I wanna think the most of people, the best of people, and everything about people that people can be the best without tearing others down because I've never had to tear anybody down. I went through a long stage in my life where I was like this ugly duckling. Hey, Vonda baby. I was like an ugly duckling, so I had to deal with, low self-esteem, insecurities, things of sort, but as I started growing older and I started loving myself and looking at myself from the inside out, and it was a lot of things that I didn't like. I didn't like my gap in my mouth. I didn't like my ears. I didn't like, my weight because I was very skinny. But it's things that I had to come to learn about myself, like, "You know what, Nora? Just love that. Like, it doesn't matter, just love it." And it was like, "Okay, my teeth aren't right, but what's right teeth? Like, who says a gap ain't right?" So it's things that I really had to teach myself to love about myself. So when it comes to others, it's like when they put this, negative energy on me, it's like it's hard for me to feel it because I already had my own negative energy anyway. So it's like I don't even notice negative energy because I lived so long with negative energy. But as time went, well, thank you, John. And I've actually learned to love myself, and when I learned to love myself, I think other people that attracted other people to me because before it ain't never really attract nobody. But where was I with this? A lot that I had to learn about myself, and learning about myself actually helped me to separate myself from people and places and things that did not serve me any good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking through this the cameras in the studio. But yeah, so I have learned. Thank you. Don't miss the moon. But I have learned that I have to learn how to walk in my wilderness periods. I have to learn how to deal with people when they don't want to deal with me. Like if they don't want to deal with me, nor learn to let them go. Like quit holding on to people. And I tell people this all the time, but I used to tell them this about relationships, like love relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, partner type thing. But I learned like when you hold on to something that's dragging you down, that's beating you up, that's making you feel bad, and you're holding on to it, you're never gonna heal because you're gonna hold. It's like holding on to a moving car. Like you holding on, and your scabs would never heal. You'll just keep getting hurt until you let go. And it's gonna hurt to let go, but when you let go, that's when the healing process starts. That's when everything starts getting better. You know what I mean? Um, Thank you, Vonda. See, y'all, Imma let Vonda say all this, but me and Vonda actually friends, so, she's a little biased. But no, so I've learned to let things go. It took some time. Even jobs, like, I've gotten to the point sometime where I lost a job or wanted to quit a job, but I was so afraid to quit a job, not just because of finances, because of comfort zone, and a lot of times we're in our comfort zone and we don't let go. But our comfort zone is actually killing us in the long run. Our comfort zone is actually hurting progress and where we could be if we actually just step out from our comfort zone. So sometimes you got to step out. Exactly, Sherry. You can never heal. And I call myself, I pride myself on letting go of relationships with men that I see to be detrimental to my spirit, my health, my anything that can pull me down. So if I see red flags where this man might be overly jealous, I'll let go. If I see red flags where this person might constantly talk down to me or degrade me, like they give you little bits in the beginning, and sometimes we as women we ignore some of the things. Thank you, Bobby. We ignore some of the things that people do and say, thinking that, okay, they just said that. Oh, they just said something. But then the further along it goes, it gets worse and worse and worse. And then you notice that they planted a seed inside of you that now you think the way they speak of you. So before I let somebody speak to me illy and let that soak up in my spirit, I just get away from it. I don't care how many y'all be looking at all these Sneak dissing, exactly, Sherry. Y'all be looking at all these stars and stuff like they be going through relationships and even probably look at me like I go through relationships. I ain't been through a lot though. But before I allow a man to mentally, physically, or verbally abuse me, I'll get myself out of that situation. So I pride myself on stuff like that because y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? I am not going to be abused. But when I'm getting all my getting, when it comes down to having a partner or a male that I'm not going to allow to mentally, physically, or verbally abuse me, I haven't thought about that with my friends. My friends are family. I'm so stuck on being this way with a man when I'm allowing others into my circumference and mentally, physically, or verbally abusing me. But because it's not a man, I allowed it to happen. So sometimes y'all got to look at the people who y'all think are closest to y'all. Y'all got to look at the people. Um, I don't care if it's blood. I don't care if it's friends for 30 years. Some people just got to be let go. You got to let them go and let them go over there with the people they belong with. Because it's a whole, I got one friend, girl. I'm not going to lie, guys. She'll call me, and every time she calls, it's about to be a gossip, a gossip thing going on. Like it's something that she's about to talk about. Hey, Anthony, I'm having a good day. I'm having a very good week. But it's something that she's about to talk about. It's going to be a conversation that's about somebody and something wrong. She's never going to talk about somebody who just started their business. She's not going to talk about somebody who got a raise. She's not going to talk about somebody who was able to quit their job. She's not going to talk about none of that. But she'll talk about somebody who lost the job. She ain't going to talk about nobody that just got a new car. She'll talk about somebody who boyfriend cheated on him. She'll talk about everything negative, but never would you hear a conversation. So every time my phone rings, I know it's some gossip. So what I do to change the vibe on the phone, I be like, "Oh, girl, I did this, this, another," and then all of a sudden the conversation, um, well, thank you, Anthony. So all of a sudden the conversation goes dead. She won't even help you with that conversation. She won't say anything like, "Oh, well, how's the job going? How's this or how that?" She won't say nothing, nothing to that degree unless you're talking about something negative. So I call myself, they're really draining. And then it makes you wonder what exactly do they have going on in their life? Like what is going on in their life? Like they always want to be the bearer of bad news. And I've noticed like on my Facebook, I don't have um like when you go down like your news feed and your thread, I don't have people that's always having negative things to say on my Facebook. I don't. So my news feed is mostly positive people because I screen out because you keep reading all that negative stuff and taking it in, it consumes you. In the morning time, I start my day with either silence or something like Kurt Franklin gospel because I have Sirius radio or Joel Osteen because I like to feed myself with good positive things early in the morning. I like to start my morning off on a good beat. I don't always watch the news because the news is always something also so draining. I don't take phone calls really before 9 o'clock because most of the time phone calls before 9 o'clock are not really good phone calls. So I like to, drink my coffee, sit back, inhale, exhale, and do what I do. But yeah, be careful what you take in. And my friend girl, I love her to death, but I'm telling you, and if you want to know something, she knows it. But then she the kind of person that you can be on Facebook. I'm sorry, guys. You can be on Facebook and she'll never see anything you post. Nothing. Won't see nothing you post. But as soon as something bad happens, she'll see all that. You know what I mean? She'll see anything you post when it's bad. Um, You got a very small circle. I I have one too, but my small circle is getting smaller than, what the circle was. Y'all, this little messy bun is taking me out. But, I love her to death. There you go. I love her to death, but it's just too draining sometimes to be, with her. I have now gained some positive friends, thank the Lord. My friend Blue Note, not don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my friends aren't positive. I'm just saying we all have our negative, something negative. We all miss the mark. We all sin and come short of the glory of the Lord. But I have some friends now who we don't talk about people. We don't talk, all we talk about is growth and positive things and how we going to be better tomorrow and how can I help you and how can, you help me. That's the kind of stuff that I like. I mean, and it took me 52 years, 52 years. And it didn't come from anybody that I expected it to come from. It didn't come from siblings. It didn't come from old friends. It didn't come from blood. It came from people that God actually sent, and I allowed them to come in. Because sometimes we block our blessings. I don't know how many of y'all know that, but sometimes we block our blessings by when when we see people and we look at people and we take them for face value when there's so much more. We be reading a book by its cover, but it's so much more in a person that we miss because we're too busy looking at the messenger and not getting the message from whatever God sent this person to be with us for. And either it's a season or for a lifetime. But I like to switch the camera every now and then just to see I can switch it. So I'm going to get another camera pretty soon. For those of you who do not know, I opened up a podcast studio for everybody to take advantage of, not just for myself. Don't get me wrong. Uh, Consistency is everything when it comes down to social media. Consistency is everything, and everything we should do, everything we do on social media, we should do it with the intent of making money because this is actually the best passive income money making thing we can get. Oh, look at they were 52. Thank you, honey. Y'all should see my outfit for today. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing with my. Let me see if I can show y'all my outfit. But my outfit today, I got to do better at being a business owner. Um, you like my new setup? Wait till I get all the little stuff back here on the walls. But I got to do better as being a business owner. So what I did was I'm a caregiver. I take care of my 82-year-old aunt, and she was up and ready. I had her ready. Like for the last 2 days, she was showered, dressed, everything ready. But me, I couldn't get ready. Y'all see, I couldn't even put on makeup today. It was like, just hurry up and get out the house. But I woke up so late and I said, how are you going to have this place open by 10 every morning? Yeah, I ain't worked in 5 years. So to be on a time schedule, that is really hard for me. And I told myself that I was going to do a noonday, do a noonday YouTube every day, have something to talk about, go back and forth with my subscribers. If you are a first time listener, I thank you. I thank you. Come on in, have a seat, subscribe. Turn on your notifications if you like me. If you don't, just turn off your notifications. Don't unsubscribe. Just turn off your notifications so I won't notify you that I'm here. Hey, Lions Pride, you almost missed the live. I'm gonna try to do this thing at 12 every day. Thank you, Anthony. But Imma try to do this thing at 12 every day. I didn't even put on eyelashes. Y'all know I'm a, firm believer in my eyelashes, but I couldn't. I said, "If I try to put on eyelashes today, I had glue all in my eyes." So I just came out the house and threw on my little bun topper. Y'all know this ain't my hair. I threw on my little bun topper and came out. But I gotta do better at this business owner thing because it's some things, y'all, I don't even have in place, like things that should have been in place before I opened my business. I need some business management help. I'm telling y'all, but I got to be here at 10 o'clock first and foremost, and 10 ain't a bad time. I'm open from 10 to 4. Y'all know I opened late yesterday, but I left on time. Thank you though, Mr. Moon. But yeah, I opened late, but I left on time. But I'm gonna have a person come in here today. So I did have a couple of meetings scheduled yesterday and I did do those. So I was consistent. I mean, I started off well with being on time for my meetings. So I have a meeting today and I made it at 12:15. I probably didn't make it here at 12 o'clock, but I did make it here at 12:15. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. This meeting today, this topic today was let go of people and let them go with people like them. It's some people that's really, really holding you back from anything that God has for you because you're so busy trying to help them. Sometimes you got to stop and say, you know what? I'm going to help Nora today. I'm going to help me. In self preservation is everything. I'm looking at you. Self preservation is everything. So sometimes you got to stop. You got to breathe. You got to say, let me do Tisa. Let me, yeah, I know my name Tisa and Nora. So when I be talking about me. But let me be what God called me to be. It ain't never too late to start. Somewhere you got to start loving you. I don't care what age you are at. And like I said, I didn't learn to love me until I was in my 40s. It took me to be in my 40s to see who God created me to be. And sometimes I still have what you call it, like personality issues where is this really me? Like imposter syndrome. Is this really me? Like, do I really got about 500,000 followers? Do I really got people tuning in? Like, why? And then I have to remember because you are who God called you to be and you are authentic. I like to be me. I like to be the 70s baby. I like to struggle sometimes with being sexy and being Christian at the same time and trying to block out the noise from other people who think, oh, she ain't right. She doing something wrong. And I have to remember, girl, it's you and God. Think about what God wants you to do. The hell with everybody else's opinion and love on you. So I've learned to love on me. Vonda, I gotta go too, girl. You got your devotion for the day and you out. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I love y'all. I gotta get it ready for my next business meeting tomorrow. Same place, same time. Hopefully on time. Tomorrow at noon. I'll be right here. We'll have a topic. If y'all caught this late, put rewatch in here, subscribe, like, follow, do all them good things. I'm also on Instagram and on Facebook at Nora Potts. Come join me. I'll talk to you later.